Observation number 3. EU governments have no qualms at all about selling weapons to countries that are openly hostile to other EU nations. For example, in 1982, France sold Exocet missiles and super étendard, not even close, fighter jets to Argentina, just in time for the Falklands conflict with the UK, and Germany had to be blocked from doing so. But that was a good 30 years ago. Water under the bridge. Except the Spanish also did it in 2013, selling Argentina 20 Mirage warplanes, which were made by the same company that built the other ones. I'm not saying it again. But don't start feeling special, because France, along with Spain, Italy, and of course the UK, tagging along as ever, also sells weapons to Turkey. To balance things out, they sell to Greece as well, so at least it's a fair fight. Quick sidebar, how does that look in goods in, when the weapons are delivered? Does it work the same way? Do you have a guy standing next to the shipment with a clipboard ticking things off? Okay then, what we got? That's 4 chieftains, 1 pair of helicopter gunships, 2 rockets apiece, 1,000 Kalashnikovs, 5,000 grenades, and 1 nuclear warhead. Yeah, be a bit careful with that last one, Dave, alright? Use the large bubble. But then, it doesn't matter how much free trade and cash flow there is, because... Observation number 4. According to widespread media reports on the auditing of the EU, the books have not been signed off for over 20 years in a row. Now, the company you work for will have both internal and independent audits to make sure that all incomings and outgoings are accounted for and that best business practices are being adhered to. If the auditors can't sign off the books, your company is fined for it. You can even claim for executive entertainment at Spearmint Rhino, so there's really no excuse. Not so with the EU apparently. But then they're the ones writing the regulation, so where do you go with that? Spearmint Rhino, I expect. Besides, considering how much backroom dealing goes on, it's hardly a surprise that the EU is reluctant to declare their accounts. Well, you wouldn't, would you? Quick sidebar, I took out most of the adverts, but I thought this one was a happy accident. So, every year, along with my hairline, hundreds more millions of euros go unaccounted for. But that's okay, because the UK rejected the euro. Observation number 5. Although the UK's most influential political leaders are in favour of the EU, they still don't have enough confidence in its economic value to adopt its currency. So they wanted the trade, but not the money with which to actually do the trading. That's a bit like joining a biker gang, but keeping your own back patch. The official reason might have been that the pound is stronger than the euro, but I think it's more likely that the government knew it was pushing the public in a direction it didn't want to go and stopped just short of really pissing them off. Quick sidebar, regarding the whole EU debate, the relationship between the British public and its government, has come to resemble that between harassed parents and their bratty kids, whereby the nagging schoolchildren in Westminster are constantly making demands on the parental public, who go along with it just for a quiet life, but only so far. Everyone has their breaking point, and both children and politicians seem to know exactly how far they can push, before the grown-ups turn around and say, enough! And that's why the UK kept it sterling. Of course, it does matter how stable your currency is, because